For this problem, we are given angle A is 58 degrees, side A is 26, and side B is 29. Because we have an angle and its opposite and a non-included side, this tells me that we have a side-side angle situation. Side-side angle. And the value of A is acute, so this could potentially be no triangle, one triangle, or two triangles. The way that we have to figure out what it's going to be is by looking at the height. So the first triangle would potentially look like this, where our given angle is 58, the side opposite it is 26, and then this adjacent side is 29. But we don't even know if we're able to form a triangle. First, we have to look at what is the height of this this triangle. So to find the height, we can just use, so this is h. The height is just equal to, we can use the sine. We can say the sine of 58 equals the height over 29 is equal to the sine of 58, which means that the height is just 29 times the sine of 58 degrees. And if you were to plug this in, you'd get that this measure is about 24.6 units. And so the opposite side is greater than the height, but is less than this side, meaning we're going to have two triangles. We're going to be dealing with two triangles in this situation. So our two triangles are going to be potentially this one, and then if this side were to kind of be on a hinge up here and swing over, we would potentially have another triangle here, right? That would look something like this, where it could be here and these two sides would be congruent. And so that's going to give us some situation like this. So we have this triangle and we have this triangle potentially. So I'm going to solve this first triangle, and then we're going to use the information from this first triangle to solve the second one. So to solve this first triangle, we're going to try and find angle B first. So the measure of angle B we can find just by using the law of sines. So the sine of B divided by 29 equals the sine of 58 divided by 58 degrees divided by 26. Multiply both sides by 29. So the sine of angle B is 29 times the sine of 58 degrees divided by 26. Take the inverse. So we get that the measure of angle B is the inverse sine of all of this. And then you take all of that, plug it into your calculator, and we get that the measure of angle B is about 71.1 degrees. So this is about 71.1 degrees. To find the measure of angle C up here, the measure of angle C, let me do that in a different color. The measure of angle C, it's just going to be 180 degrees minus the sum of these two, 58 plus 71.1. And that turns out to be 50.9 degrees is the measure of angle C. So this is 50.9 degrees. And then we can use all of that information to find the length of side C. So we can just use law of sines again using our original angle side pair. So we get that C divided by the sine of 50.9 degrees equals 26 divided by the sine of 58 degrees. Multiply by the sine of 50.9 degrees, and we get that C equals 26 times the sine of 50.9 degrees divided by the sine of 58 degrees. And so the length of side C is about 23.8 units. 23.8. So these are the dimensions of our first triangle. And our first triangle is going to have an acute measure here. And then we can use all of this information to find the value of, or the rest of the information in our second triangle. And we're going to talk about that in the next video.